Thanks for joining us for this episode of The Predicted King, a Citylight Council Bluffs Christmas podcast. We'll be reading together the book of Isaiah and connected New Testament passages to see Jesus as Emmanuel, the predicted King.
Isaiah 11, 1-10. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. And his delight shall be in the fear of the Lord. He shall not judge by what his eyes see, or decide disputes by what his ears hear. But with righteousness he shall judge the poor, and decide with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall kill the wicked. Righteousness shall be the belt of his waist, and faithfulness the belt of his loins. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the young goat, and the calf and the lion and the fattened calf together, and a little child shall lead them. The cow and the bear shall graze, their young shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like an ox. The nursing child shall play over the hole of the cobra, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the adder's den. They shall not hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. In that day the root of Jesse, who shall stand as a signal for the peoples, of him shall the nations inquire, and his resting place shall be glorious.
I love the picture of the Messiah that Isaiah paints for us in verses 6-9. Verse 6 says, "The wolf will live with the lamb. The leopard will lay down with the little goat. A calf and a lion will hang out together. All sorts of wild animals will be friends and get along." Verse 7 goes on to say that cows and bears will graze together. And I imagine all the cows would say amen to that. Baby calves and baby cubs will rest next to each other. And the lion, instead of eating other animals, will munch on straw like an ox. Wild animals all getting along. How could such a thing be possible? Who could usher in a peace like that, a place and time like that? Now, think about manger scenes at Christmas time. You might have one in your house, or you can pull one up to look at it on your phone, but think about these manger scenes. Look at one on your phone. Somehow see it. And remember the circumstances of Jesus' birth. In a manger, surrounded by, of all things, animals. And as you think about the little child in the manger, surrounded by animals, go back and listen to Isaiah 11, verse 6 again. "The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the young goat, and the calf and the lion and the fattened calf together." And then here's the line from Isaiah 11:6 I want you to hear. "And a little child shall lead them." The manger scene is a sign of what's to come. When King Jesus reigns, not only will people get along with each other, but animals will get along with people. People will get along with animals, and animals will get along with animals. Jesus is the greatest kind of king, from changing our hearts to transforming even the relationship of animals. Isaiah was right. A little child shall lead us. All right, Citylight, you're about to hear a genealogy of Jesus, a long list of his ancestors, his grandpas and great-grandpas and great-great-grandpas. You're going to hear a lot of tricky names, but let me encourage you to listen especially all the way through for two names, Jesse and David. Here we go.
Matthew chapter 1, verses 1-17. The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac, and Isaac the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Judah and his brothers, and Judah the father of Perez, and Zerah by Tamar, and Perez the father of Hezron, and Hezron the father of Ram, and Ram the father of Amminadab, and Amminadab the father of Nahshon, and Nahshon the father of Salmon, and Salmon the father of Boaz by Rahab, and Boaz the father of Obed by Ruth, and Obed the father of Jesse, and Jesse the father of David, the king. And David was the father of Solomon by the wife of Uriah, and Solomon the father of Rehoboam, and Rehoboam the father of Abijah, and Abijah the father of Asaph, and Asaph the father of Jehoshaphat, and Jehoshaphat the father of Joram, and Joram the father of Uzziah, and Uzziah the father of Jotham, and Jotham the father of Ahaz, and Ahaz the father of Hezekiah, and Hezekiah the father of Manasseh, and Manasseh the father of Amos, and Amos the father of Josiah, and Josiah the father of Jeconiah and his brothers at the time of the deportation to Babylon. And after the deportation to Babylon, Jeconiah was the father of Shealtiel, and Shealtiel the father of Zerubbabel, and Zerubbabel the father of Abiud, and Abiud the father of Eliakim, and Eliakim the father of Azor, and Azor the father of Zadok, and Zadok the father of Achim, and Achim the father of Eliad, and Eliad the father of Eleazar, and Eleazar the father of Matan, and Matan the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom Jesus was born, who is called Christ. So all the generations from Abraham to David were 14 generations, and from David to the deportation to Babylon 14 generations, and from the deportation to Babylon to the Christ 14 generations.
Did you hear the names? Jesse and David. How many times did you hear Jesse? Twice. Matthew states the historical facts. Obed was the father of Jesse, and Jesse the father of David the king. That's plain and simple, and Isaiah knows these historical facts when he prophesies in Isaiah chapter 11. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. Okay, how many times did you hear David? 5 times. In fact, Matthew introduces the whole family tree of Jesus by highlighting David. He says that Jesus Christ is the son of David. Then Matthew mentions David in the long lineage, and then Matthew wraps up the whole lineage by highlighting David again. It's like Matthew's going out of his way to make the point that Jesus is a son of David, a great-great-great-great-great-grandson of David. Now, why does that matter? Why does Matthew bother? So that we will know all the promises are true. All these predictions are historically accurate. You can't make this stuff up. It's not a legend. It's not a coincidence. It's not chance or random. Jesus Christ, the Messiah whom we all worship, was planned and fulfills the prophecies of the prophets. Bible scholars estimate that Jesus perfectly and completely fulfilled over 300 predictions about the Messiah. Not just 1 or 2, but 300 specific predictions, all fulfilled in Jesus Christ. And here in Matthew chapter 1, this family tree, this lineage, genealogy is one more proof it's true. One more proof that Jesus is trustworthy. Citylight, Jesus is worthy of your trust this Christmas.